sensed your disapproval of my methods.
Of your witness.
You think she's a disturbed child?
Well, the history may indicate that. She refuses to talk for prolonged periods of time. She has a tendency to withdraw from reality and go into a little world of fantasy. She ran away from home twice in a short period of time, and I saw her twice medically. The first time it was for an imagined illness, and the second time for a faked fall. So your witness may not hold up in court, Mr. Fowler.
Well, that's my problem, Doctor.
Excuse me.
How long will it be before I can talk to the Mackenzie girl?
Well, if I knew that, I'd be a very relieved man.
The Schuster child may be disturbed, but if she had lied or fantasied, as you put it, I don't think she would have reacted as strongly as she did to the wharf. One fact remains. That child saw what happened on the wharf that night.
Excuse me.
Oh, miss. Don't you carry any newspapers? The Clarion?
No, ma'am.
They closed the bookstore up the street. I wanted a crossword for the beach.
Well, maybe you can find one at the newsstand at the supermarket.
Oh. Honestly, you wonder how people think they're going to make any money when they won't even stay open.
Well, there's an accident in the family. The lady that owns the bookstore, her daughter was hit by a car. That's why it's closed.
Oh. I didn't know.
Have fun at the beach.
Thanks for phoning.
I wanted to tell you first before someone else did.
Norm?
After I talked to you, I wanted to go back and tell Rod what happened. I wanted to duck out on Mr. Carson, but I didn't go through with it.
What good would it do?
Yeah, sure, I've already been that route. But if it was you, I'd have to know. Of course, I'm not locked up in some jail cell.
Come on, that kind of thinking doesn't help either. Norm, I saw Mr. Fowler today. He came over to the house to talk to me.
What happened?
Hi. Hi yourself. Hello, Rita.
Hi, thank you for coming. I asked Mr. Cord to come over.
Oh, what is it, Rita? On the phone, you sounded like it was the end of the world.
Yeah, I think maybe it was. Mr. Fowler came out to my house to ask me some questions. And I'm afraid I said something that could hurt Rod. I mean, really hurt him a lot.
How'd you do that?
I didn't mean to, Norm. Just he was asking so many questions. Guess I'm not very smart.
Oh, smart people can get tripped up by a skilled interrogator? What exactly did you tell Mr. Fowler?
Well, he wanted to know if Rod knew about the fight between Norman and Joe Chernick. I told him yes, he did.
Well, that doesn't prove anything.
Not in itself.
Well, I shouldn't have said anything else, but I had to. I told him that Rod and I wanted to keep Norman out of Joe's way. And he said, "You mean you wanted to protect Norman?" Well, I couldn't say no. And then somehow he made it come out that if I couldn't do anything about Joe, it was up to Rod. I could tell by his face that I said the wrong thing.
You mean you think you may have given them evidence that Rod had a motive?
Well, didn't she?
Well, that was to be anticipated. How long do you think you can hide certain basic facts from a trained attorney like Fowler? He would have gotten the same information from you. Wouldn't he?
No, he wouldn't. Why don't you say it? I should have kept my mouth shut.
Rita. Well, that's not true, Rita. You were right to tell the truth. In the end, it's always better. A good lawyer has to live with the facts and make the truth work for him. Now, that's going to be our strength. That's how we'll win.
Boys, you were right, Zacone.
You used your head. Keep in touch, both of you.
Thank you.
It's kind of nice to be treated like we're halfway intelligent for a change. I'm sorry I jumped on you. I do love you.
You don't sound very happy about it.
Love isn't always being happy.
from the hospital?
No, I was on my way back. I thought I'd stop by.
I don't have a chair to offer you, but you can sit on the bunk if you like.
Thank you. Are you all right?
Sure. You know, I never got a chance to thank you for coming to the apartment that night.
I feel the same way now that I did then, as if I'm intruding.
Oh, that's silly. You don't know how much you helped being there to talk to. I needed somebody pretty badly.
I would have gone to the police whether we'd talked or not. Did you tell Allison about my being there?
No.
Neither did I. I didn't want her to misunderstand.
She wouldn't.
It's just that I wouldn't want to have hurt her. I'm thankful that I didn't say anything.
Why? What's the matter, Betty?
I thought you'd know. Allison's in the hospital.
Well, what happened?
She was hit by a car last night. She's alive, Rod.
How bad is she? How bad is she?
It's serious. She's still unconscious.
How did it happen?
It was hit and run. She was crossing the old beach road.
Where?
Near Frenchman's Cove.
What time last night?
I don't know. Early, I think. Why?
Allison came to see me yesterday. We had a lot to say to each other. After she left here, I thought she was going home. She must have gone right to the beach. We used to go there together. Our place. Why didn't they tell me? My father was here this morning. He knew, didn't he?
I don't know.
He never said a word.
He must have had his reasons.
Oh, I'm sure he had his reasons. I've got to get out of here. I've got to go see Allison. I've got to be with her. Betty, you go get my father. I've got to see him right away. Guard! Guard! Dan! Dan!
Preview from the continuing story of Peyton Place.
Why did you accept this job?
It's going to be a long, cold winter. I wanted to get in out of the weather, but your roof's got a leak.
For the last time, I don't want the trial moved. No deals, understand?
Norman, be quiet.
This is important. Now, when he picked it up, he didn't throw it at the boy. He threw it away from him.
Shut up, Norman. Up.